Well, hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host, Lizzie from the LizyT Show. How are you doing this beautiful day? I am here all the way from Toronto, Canada. We are broadcasting another show, another guest, another incredible author. We've been having a lot of authors and a lot of coaches and entrepreneurs, and today, everyone, is not going to be the exception. I'm very excited to bring to you another incredible author telling us about their stories, their trials, things that they're gone through in a form of a book. This is a little memoir, as you can see it on the screen. Is right there. The book is called Resonance Behind the Veil, and we're going to be speaking to an author all the way from Georgia. That's one of the places that I don't think I have on my map, because I like to put little pins in my map from people that are watching all over the world. And this is going to be one more. I love it. The author is Tulsi, and she unveils an extraordinary journey of spiritual awakening, trauma healing, and soul remembrance from childhood marked by isolation and emotional wounds of a transformational path of past life. And she is an incredible, this is just not just a memoir, but it's also a powerful and vulnerable story that might resonate with you. Told through a heartfelt narrative and a spiritual wisdom, Tulsi invites the reader to explore their own healing and uncovering karmic. So I love for you to hear her story, what inspired you, and and so much more. So let's bring her to the stage. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, namaste. I'm doing very well, Lizzie. Thank you for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure. We've been having a little bit of hiccups back and forth, but we're here, and we're able to talk about your incredible book that everybody was able to see it on the screen. But tell us, really, what inspired you to write this book? What is in it for me? I mean, there are people listening and watching all over the world, and they want to be able to identify with your book. They want to be able to say, how can this help me? Tell us a little bit about your story and what inspired you to write this.
Sure. So my inspiration, like all these years, as I went through my spiritual awakening, I had this nudge. I had this somehow. There was something that was telling me to share my story, to express my story to the world, and somehow earlier this year, as I was kind of talking to one of my peer, it sort of came as an intuition and insight. It was a combination of both. And I just kind of felt like it's time for me. I did not know as to that I will be writing a book to express my story, but then it just came to me that I want to express this to the world, because all my life I pretty much kind of struggled with expression, self-expression, to be able to tell exactly what you think, what you feel. So that expression part was lacking, and through this inspiration, through this insight, I just wanted to share it to the world. Now the other part that I wanted to sort of like inspire, not only to inspire others, was that there are women out there who go through different levels of abuses, whether it's mental, emotional, physical. And I myself went through that trauma, that adversity in my life. So I want to tell them through this book, through my story, that no matter how much you're going through in your life, um, you don't have to settle to that level. Whatever you are going through, there is a hope. There is that light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a matter of looking and asking and seeking for help and guidance in those dark moments, and that they don't have to settle with that abuse or with that vulnerability that they are going through. So what I went through, I hope that others do not. And those were my two major big reasons. A was my own self-expression, to tell to the world as to what I went through. And not only that, I also wanted to also explain as to what all, did I do in order to overcome my own challenges. It's like we look for, we blame others, we point on others, but I wanted to do more inner work, so like self reflection, so I can heal
Mhm.
myself. And instead of pinpointing on others, finding that deeper reason, that okay, maybe there is a karmic reason, maybe there is this own chakra of mine that needs more healing, that needs alignment. That's why I was experiencing. So it's self expression, healing, and then at the same time I want to inspire those women out there who are stuck, and or who feel stuck in their marriages, in their relationships, and that they don't have to live in silence, and they don't have to isolate themselves with what they're going through. So that those were my reasons.
I love it. And you know what? From someone who has gone through abuse myself and written a book about it as well, I know what it's like. And sometimes I love what you said. You don't have to suffer it alone. It's okay for you to talk about it. It's okay for you to seek help. And a lot of people, a lot of ladies, and I have to say, men too, they feel that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, that this is it, you're stuck in that situation, and that triggers many things, many other things, your relationship with someone else, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your friend, your work. So seeking help and reading a book like yours to be able to say, how did Tulsi overcome this, how did she do it? I want to be able to be free from this burden, because it's killing me. This happens to me a long time ago, but I'm still dealing with it. How do I do that? And I know that you are going to, let's not talk about the whole thing because we want people to run and get the book, but um, tell us some experiences of how, what did you do, what worked for you, that someone that is out there going through the same trial can say, I can use that, I can utilize that.
Sure. So I think, again, just to take a step back, my mother was definitely my biggest role model,
Oh,
mentor. And again, you know, again, like she gave me all the spiritual lessons, all the, deep, like the learnings, the lessons I kind of gained from her. I was blessed to get it from her. So her departure became a turning point. So, the music, the yoga, the meditation, those were kind of part of my life, as early as like 7 year old that I can remember. But, learning through all these things, learning all these things sort of helped me to kind of stay grounded. At the same time, it was not totally that I was awakened or I was healed, but I believe that, Reiki or chakra healing sort of opened my pathway, my doorway to the world. And when I sort of worked on healing my own chakras, I got so many insights, so many powerful messages that helped me to transform my life for better. And that, as I said, that opened my doorways to different modalities. Like I learned past life regression, which helped me to understand the karmic lessons, the things that I was carrying from my previous lives, the patterns I was carrying, the situations I was carrying it. And on top of that, I wanted to learn more about the human mind. So I wanted to first experience myself. So I kind of heal myself through hypnotherapy, through neuro linguistic programming, because it helped me to declutter, to reprogram the brain, that, my subconscious mind, based on the experiences, the adversities, the traumas that I went through in my life. So like a blend of, metaphysical along with the blend of more scientific slash subconscious based modalities and tools helped me to sort of grow and become a better version of myself. Yeah.
love it, love it. And it's the same with me. I have an incredible mother, which is not only my mother, but she is my best friend, a woman of a prayer, a woman that gives you incredible amounts of advice. And also, you mentioned music. Music for me is my to go to. Meditation, prayer is one of the things that. So there's many things like you mentioned that could help someone that is a struggle with a past situation of past abuse or things like that. And obviously, it's seeking to professional help. I mean, a lot of us, a lot of women, and like I said, men, they're embarrassed, right? They feel like how can I go to someone and tell someone this happened to me or that happens to me? It's very difficult, and I can see that again going through it myself, and I can see that you feel naked. You feel so vulnerable. Just writing the book alone is to me, it was not only traumatic, but it was also therapeutical, because you're able to heal from that, and ask, God, what do I have to learn from this? And that's one of the reasons that, me and you write a book like this, even though it hurts, but it also
Yeah,
heals.
it
For, so you get it, right? You get it.
is.
So for people that are watching right now, or will be watching this later on, what do you think? What is the best thing that they can get out of your book?
Um, so like when you say the best thing, can you elaborate that, Lizzie?
Absolutely. What is it? What is in it for me? Basically, people wanted to, they want an answer, right? They want an answer, and they look at your book as a way of um, healing, or a way of going through, to pick up something that it says this is going to help me. So if you go through your book, if people go through your book and read your experiences, they're going to say, there's chapter 4, it talks about this, chapter 5 is going to talk to you about that, and it can help you with your recovery and with your healing.
Right. So I think, the takeaway, the best like thing I would say, as I mentioned before, that this is not only, like this is not only my story, but it also talks about how I overcame through all the struggles, the adversities, and the traumas, right?
Right.
So the first part is mainly about that, about my story, my journey. The second part is mainly about the different healing tools, modalities that I worked on, that I learned. Not everybody has to learn everything in order to heal themselves.
Right.
Something, my life path, right? Like that's something that came in my life journey that I wanted to explore. I wanted to learn more and more about it. So I learned it also. But for those who are out there, because my story could be, as you said, could be yours, could be with so many other women out in the world, that they may be feeling stuck in their life.
That's
So the
right.
story is there. At the same time, how I overcame and how I learned and healed myself, because as they say, the healing takes place when you work internally. When we look answers at the external world, the answers, the healing can never come. As I was mentioning before, when we blame on others, or when we say like, you were the reason for my this adversity, or you were the reason for my this trauma. At the same time, when we look answers within, I think that's where the actual magic, that light, is that flourishes. So focusing on that, and the other thing is like kind of believing in yourself, and that that innate power that the divine carries it for us, right? So surrendering it, through those adverse times, to the divine, to the universal love and light, is the key. Because when you tap into that higher vibrational channel of energy, again, universe, I mean, there's universe is a limit. Basically, there's
Mhm.
no such thing that you cannot achieve in your life. The magic happens, all the manifestations, all the healings, the abundance takes place. So having that inner faith that you can go through, or you can overcome any or everything. And then when we have that, and we trust on that higher power, that's where the true magic takes place. So I hope that that answered to your question.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for somebody who's watching right now, or will be watching later on, one of the things that I don't want to forget, Tulsi, is for people that are curious or they want right now a copy of your book, where can they get them?
So they can get it on Amazon. They can get it. The name of the book is Reconnaissance Behind the Veil. So they can get on other platforms like Barnes and Noble, etc. But they can also order it, through my website, which is authortulsic.com. So that's where uh, they can find all the different links.
And as you can see it, everyone, the website is down here and it will be on my YouTube channel for you to be able to link on it and just go straight to her website. So just in case you misspelled it when she was saying it to us, don't worry, it will be right here on my YouTube channel. Also, as you can see it on the screen right here, the book, just in case you came in and I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. The link also will be right here on my YouTube channel, and you can go straight to Amazon and straight to your to Tulsi website. Tulsi, I'm curious, what is the feedback? Because no, you're not only a writer, you're also a coach, and you talk to people, you coach people. There's so many facets, as we were talking behind the scene of your life. As you were saying that you never imagined that you would actually write this memoir. It's like myself, I never thought I had the courage to talk about what happened to me. What are people are saying, because they see you as a coach, they see you doing this, they see you doing many other things, having many other hats, but what is the feedback from people that know you, like, wow, you're writing this book? What is the feedback that you're getting from friends, family, business people, or clients of yours?
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing, like journey has been totally amazing, and the feedback has been totally amazing, from clients. Like they just, they kind of knew my journey, but not to this extent. And at the same time, um, like they're so fascinated to know more about me, because especially when talking about the clients, they can sort of relate to so many things that I went through, and they can kind of understand it, because when I'm wearing that coach hat, when I'm wearing that hypnotherapist hat, I do not like to compare or say, like that, oh, I went through this, I know about this, because I understand that it's their journey and it's my journey, and at the same time I still try to help and heal them, but again, not combining where what I went through, not based on that. So when when they got to know about this thing, I think everyone's reaction has been just so positive, so uplifting and motivating, that it's kind of a very proud and amazing um, moment for everyone, like who got to know about this, and also for me to feel so proud about that.
Well, I'm pretty sure that not only your clients, not only as a coach, and not only your friends, they're very, very proud of you. And I'm proud of you for having the courage to write about something that we don't feel comfortable about. And but somebody has to do it. Either you're going to write it yourself as from your own inner soul, or somebody's going to write about you. So might as well let it be us. So I appreciate you, and acknowledge you, and I congratulate you for having the courage to do so. Now, one of the questions that I love to ask, and unfortunately, Tursi, you're not going to be the exception. If there's somebody out
Yes.
there, they look at your life and they see you, wow, looks like she has it all together. Looks like Lizzie has it all together. And I'm sad to disappoint you, everyone. I do not. I do not. I'm a human being like everybody else, and I do have faults, and I'm not perfect. But sometimes we do come up with a little bit of extra courage to write about something like this, or other things that you're not sure about, but we just do it anyways. But somebody who's watching us and saying, wow, I want to be like Tulsi, I want to be like Lizzie, I have a story that is really, really sad, or really controversial, or something that happens to me that nobody wants to know. But I think it's just like what you did and just like what I did. If I'm able to touch one person with my testimony and with my story, hey, I'm done. That's all I want. But what would you say? What are your words of wisdom to someone who has a story and they don't have the courage to go ahead and do it, just like me and you? What would you say to that? I'd love to hear your words of wisdom.
I think my words of wisdom would be, my 2 cents would be like, go out there, share your story to the world, because you do not know how many people, how many life, women in general, like those lives you can touch, and how many
Yeah.
transformed through that even though it sounds that yeah you are out there, it's like everyone can see through you. It's like totally, you're totally transparent in that moment. But then it takes courage, it takes a lot of courage for sure. Like I would not
Yes.
deny that, that it's like something very easy to do it, and it by yourself, Lizzie. But then at the same time, once you do that, not only that you can heal and help others, you can also transform your own life, because when you write it, the inner healing also takes place. Because as I was
Absolutely.
writing, there were still some strings that weren't touched, but then as I started writing, it sort of helped me to heal some of the chapters that I felt like did not get closure. And I think, yeah, so I
Yes.
think to those who have a story, who have a journey, it's I think uh, sharing it to the world would be such an amazing gift. And then it would be something like that everyone can get benefited from.
Absolutely. And I concurred with you 100%. It is so important. Sometimes we don't know who we can affect in this world. We don't
Yeah.
know if you are going to be saving someone's life just because of your story. You don't know what repercussion, but a good benefit, a good repercussion would have in someone's life. So just do it anyways. I love what Tulsi said, and it's very important. Yes, we feel vulnerable. Yes, it is tough. Yes, it is challenging. Yes, but it's also liberating. And your story could benefit someone out there. So just do it anyway. So don't look at us as an example. Look at yourself. And like Tulsi said, the healing comes within us. It's in us already. We just have to take advantage and take possession of that, for us to be able to keep going and be a benefit to this beautiful world that God has created. Tulsi, as a writer, as a business person, because you have many hats and you have a full schedule, how do you manage to run all those things at one, and how long did it take to do this book?
I know it's kind of a very very interesting question, and thank you that you asked that. I know it will be very very surprising. It took me 2 months only to write the book. So yes, it was like
Wow.
100 miles or over 100 miles an hour, sort of a speed. I just had this, as I said, I believe, I believe in universal, like universal science and the language, through intuition.
Okay, I had a feeling that that her cell phone was going to be cut off. Hopefully, she's able to reconnect with us. If someone watching, okay, there she is. There she is. I had a feeling that her cell phone. Did your cell phone just cut off, sweetheart?
Yes, I just do not know what happened. Nothing. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of like just
Okay,
disconnected.
so you're back, and we're good to go. So one of the things that I noticed that you were saying that it took you 2 months, but congratulations! I've never heard anybody, to be honest, and I've been doing this for a very, very long time. We're talking over 7 years. So this is the first time I've heard somebody said it only took 2 months. So congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
there was a hurry for some reason for you to have this done and get it over with. It took
It's
me
the
2 years.
intuition. In Lizzie, it was the intuition that the date I got it in my, you know, like again, it's an insight. You really can't have a logical reason, right? And like somebody would say, like, why do you have to finish it off in just that? And that was the fascinating part. And I did not put pressure on myself. So that's for real. That I just went with the flow and I said, like, okay, if I have universe has given me this time, then I hope that this will get fulfilled as needed. So honestly, like I just did not put any pressure on me because I knew that there will be some hiccups, there will be challenges. It's nothing, it's not going to be a smooth road. It's going to be
Right.
bumpy road as you go through, and something a totally new thing, a new territory for me to explore in this, in this lifetime. So yes, it was, and that date was there, and I just wanted to kind of see what best I can do. And
And it worked and is here and we're talking about it and
yes,
it is a real thing, and congratulations
thank you so
again.
much.
The book, it's published, self-published, but you're having PR with 846 publishing, which is incredible. And how difficult was to pick up the name and pick up the cover, because it is beautiful.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. So pick up the name. Of course, picking up the name. My beautiful friend, Victoria. We did sort of do this brainstorming. That was a very fascinating part to do, and we came up with this beautiful name, and it was just in like one day. It didn't have to be days and days of hard work. So I do want to stay grateful to her, and what she, what her inputs were, and what she kind of um, helped me in this. And as far as designing the cover, like with 846 publishing, with Angie, like it was just kind of very simple to narrate, to express as to what I am looking, and then to kind of to play with some colors, and we just kind of had that brainstorming session for that, and it just came like things. It was just very smooth for the designer to sort of like carve out as to what I was thinking in my own head, what my perception was, and then she designed based on that. So
Wow,
yeah,
wow. And it
it was.
worked out amazing. I love the name. I love the cover. As you said, it's very simple. Not a lot. It's not very busy. So people will be able to resonate and pick up their copy. Again, it is on Amazon, everyone, for you to see. It's right here, and get your copy. And if you want to connect, again, the website is underneath here, is right here if you want to connect with her. And wow, congratulations. Very, very fast. 2 months. I've never heard that before, but there's always something to learn and always somebody who beats the record, and you are one of them. I want to thank you so much, Tulsi, for being here with us, sharing, even though we had some hiccups, but you know what? It's meant to be. Sometimes when this is a good show, I see it as a good sign, and I'm seeing that as a good sign. Congratulations on publishing your book. Congratulations on what you have accomplished, and keep going, girl. You got it. You got this. Any last word, my friend?
Well, thank you so much, Lizzie, for having me, and I truly appreciate and grateful for your time, and for all the readers, for all the audience, who's watching or who will be watching. Thank you so much for taking time and um, showing interest. Last word would be like, just trust on your inner strength, that inner light. And again, no matter how difficult the phase or the time looks like, just have that innate, faith and surrenderance on the divine. Because as as you surrender it, as you stop chasing as to why happened, who did it, why me, as you come out from that victim card, I think that's where the healing, the magic would take place, because the universe would give us all the signs and symbols as we tap into our inner power, which is our inner voice, our intuition, and we get all those answers, even in those times of adversities. So, having that trust on inner self, that inner voice, and having that inner faith and surrenderance to the divine are the two key things. In doesn't matter what your struggles are, doesn't matter how difficult your situation or your circumstances are.
Love it, love it. Instead of asking why is it happening to me, well, maybe you should ask, is happening to me for a reason? And I love it, I love it, I love it, Tulsi. This is incredible, and that's really, instead of having a victim mentality, have a victor mentality.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. We will be back, everyone. That was episode 2081, believe it or not, with a beautiful, incredible author all the way from Georgia, Tulsi, with her brand new book right here in Toronto, Canada, for all of you all over the world. That was today's show. Thank you so much, Tulsi. Thank you, everyone. And
So,
we'll see you back soon. Bye,
so
everyone.